I feel like the system failed her. She was begging for help and no one was there. I don't know if us being here will make her feel any better, but I mean, she's living in hell right now.
Clancy triple murder trial. Right now, a big group of Clancy's supporters are taking part in a stand in peace. You can see them there all in pink. This is a rally outside of the courthouse in Massachusetts, and there are similar events that are planned across the U.S., like in California, New York, and Charlotte, North Carolina. There's also one in England.
Okay, so let's stay on this screen. I want you guys to look at what she's facing, right? We already know 3 counts of first-degree murder. She decided to plead not guilty. Insanity defense is a reason. If convicted, mandatory life in prison without parole. If found not guilty, she will be sentenced to state psychiatric hospital. Now, let me just ask you guys a question right up front. Where do you think she belongs? Do you think she belongs in prison, or do you think she belongs in a mental hospital? It's a serious question, okay? Based on what we know publicly, whether it's the 15 different medications, what she ultimately did, does she belong in prison or does she belong in a mental institution? It's a good question. Is that a Palestine flag? What is that? What is this? What flag is she waving right there? You guys see that? What is that? Hold on. Let me make sure you guys can see this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right here. You guys see that flag? What is that? Who's waving flags outside the courthouse? Explain that one to me. I don't get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Let me show one more. I got some thoughts, but hold on here. Let me show you guys this.
Hold your hands in a heart. Show a heart. Show a heart for Lindsay. It's a mental health. I don't know if you'll ever have this many women in one place at one time who may understand all of us on a level that others don't. So.
Okay. So this is giving me Luigi Mangione vibes, so to speak, where people justify the heinous act by blaming the system, right? Now, I was very careful with how I posed the question. I don't think she should get off, by the way. And by the way, regardless of the verdict, she's gone anyway. She's finished. She's either going to be in a mental institution, well, she'll never be the same. They'll feed her pills for the rest of her life. So she's done. Or she's going to rot in a prison for the rest of her life, okay? So either way, she's finished, all right? She's not going to get the death penalty out of this because the whole case is based on her being insane. And so let's just understand that.
In-laws, it could be one of my best friends, and it could be me. So just here to support.
We are hearing her. We see that she tried everything. And I really do believe that she went into a state of psychosis.
I feel like the system failed her. She was begging for help and no one was there. I don't know if us being here will make her feel any better, but I mean, she's living in hell right now.
Well, you know, one of my beliefs in life, you guys can, disagree with me if you like, is that when we experience tragedy as a society, especially in America, there are red flags along the way. There are breadcrumbs. There were points in time where it was like, hey, okay, red flag number 1. Okay, red flag number 2. And the problem is that we get so caught up with life. We're moving so fast that we lose sight of the present moment. Every single tragedy known to man, there was red flags that led up to the event. And hindsight's 2020, obviously. So it's easy to say, well, what happened here? Why didn't you, obviously. But according to what I heard also, the grandparents had already offered to take the kids in. Like at that point, if I'm the man of the house and the grandparents are saying, let us take the kids in, I'm probably doing something wrong, right? I have probably failed at some level. Like if we're getting to the point where the grandparents are saying, we need to take the kids, bro, what are you doing? Right? So, again, there were red flags here, okay? Not just with her, but with the husband and the father as well. And guys, the silver lining for me is these kids are definitely resting in peace. Okay. I'm sure they're in heaven. They're not feeling any pain. And that's the only positive spin out of all of this. But I do think this is an indictment on the medical industry. I don't see how she could go to multiple doctors, get prescribed that type of medication within a span of 18 months and not think there's going to be some issue as far as side effects are concerned. And our system clearly isn't set up to catch that. So I think that's something that should be addressed. And also, she is the worst outcome when you do obviously put these pills together and you get someone of her mental state.
We will protect our land. This is the Devori Darkin Show.